Today we're talking about a big leak that just
Yeah,
came.
what about the big leak on the side of your brain? You know, the one that's leaking brain fluid? I mean, come on, Dreamcast guy. Are you ponies really excited to play some old Halo games? You could have played these 20 years ago. Ha ha, you Xbox fanboys should be mad. We finally got one. It's a rumor. And if the game does drop on PlayStation 5, who the hell cares? Because at the end of the day, you people have waited 20 years just so you can play one of the best first person shooter games on your beloved PlayStation 5 platform. If anything, this is good for the consumers. Why not sell it to the ponies? They can make as much money selling this old game to you as if they did back in 2001. I'm all for it. I have no problem destroying some ponies on the PlayStation 4 or 5. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell the difference because they all have the same game libraries.
Mouth that apparently confirms that every Xbox game is coming to PlayStation 5 and is coming to the Nintendo Switch too.
Like, if only you guys was excited about this in regards to your own games. Microsoft is right. Everything is an Xbox. And for you people to say, Games, so what do you think about this? If this is true or if it happens, I know it's going to happen. Because at the end of the day, Microsoft and Sony are not going to be making consoles. I've told you guys this already. You guys are fighting for the concept of a console war, and to be honest with you, it doesn't exist. You know, it's funny, after this leak, right? Didn't you guys notice that Final Fantasy 16 that has gotten leaked, that's dropping on Xbox? These people are trading games with each other. I told you, there's no such thing as an exclusive anymore. Everything will be based off a timed exclusivity deal, and you are starting to see the rudiments of it. But of course, let's take this as console fanboy rhetoric, even though you've said in the previous video that PlayStation 6 and Xbox Series, whatever they decide to call the console, will be their last one.
The reason this is surprising is specifically what was named was Halo. Halo is currently in full-blown development for the PlayStation 5
Now,
Pro.
how do you know that? All based off a rumor? You don't know that. And yes, Halo is dropping on other platforms. But what happened if I told you that Uncharted is also dropping on the Nintendo Switch 2 as well? Oh, you ponies would disagree with that, right? And I'm telling you, it's happening. Sony is planning on dropping games for the potential Nintendo Switch 2. You don't believe me? Wait till it happens. At the end of the day, all I'm sitting here and trying to tell you that there's no point arguing about console exclusivity. Those days is over. As much as you people want to hold on to the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo console war that ended during the 90s, well, guess what? That no longer exists anymore.
And I want to talk about this because it does feel like this one is different. Porting old games, porting...
What do you think Halo Master Chief Collection is? It's a collection of old Halo games. You guys acting like you walking out with Halo 5 and Halo Infinite. I mean, you personally, you guys could have had those. I mean, I don't really care for those, but I mean, that's good. You guys are getting the original trilogy. That's what Halo is all about. Well, allegedly.
Stuff, porting RPGs or Hi-Fi Rush or whatever, that kind of stuff. I understand the AA or low AAA games coming to PlayStation because it's easy extra cash, but this feels different. Xbox's mascot, the guy who's lit.
What? I don't even think Microsoft has ever promoted Master Chief as their mascot. Maybe it was like that during the original Xbox and the Xbox 360. But ever since the Xbox One came out, I don't think Microsoft has ever promoted Halo as their mascot. You know what I mean? This is so outdated, bro. The fact that he even used something as mascot goes to show you that this dude's still living in the 90s and the early 2000s. I'm telling you, man, I'm hearing that the PlayStation 6 is going to use Windows' very own operating system. Also, I'm hearing that the reason as to why Microsoft and Sony might step out of console gaming because they're going to allow AMD and all these other third-party manufacturers, which you clearly heard from the leaks of Microsoft, and they're going to just let them run the hardware, and they're just going to provide those hardwares with essentially apps and games and stuff. So I guess you could say that Microsoft and Sony are both leaving the console market in some ways, but they're still going to be involved in some ways in regards to these little set-top box platforms, I guess you could call them.
Literally on the box for the Xbox. Even when you buy a Series X, it's Master Chief. It's John Spartan standing there ready to tell you to boot up. It's time to play Halo.
Oh, my bro. Come on, bro. Ain't nobody doing that anymore, man. Half the people that see these Xbox Series X's and PS5, I mean, at this point, they might as well advertise Fortnite because that's exactly what these people buying these consoles for.
And the fact that this specifically is coming to PlayStation, I think this is a big deal. I think it is a sign that now Microsoft needs PlayStation.
Seems like PlayStation needs Microsoft, because if Microsoft wasn't here, what would PlayStation be doing? You have to ask yourself, what type of library would the PS5 even have if it wasn't for Microsoft that came in and saved the day? Now we all know that those narratives that you guys had in regards to Xbox not having games, that is completely irrelevant, because it's so funny that you guys say that the Xbox has no games, but every time you hear a leak or a rumor on an Xbox game and coming to PlayStation 5, I don't even see Switch guys doing this, but mostly PlayStation, y'all want to act like it's some form of W. If these games was trash on Xbox, what makes you think these games are going to be any better on PlayStation? They're trash, right? Xbox has no games. You see, you people have been living your life a lie, and what's even more funny with what Microsoft and these companies is doing, all they're doing is exposing it. They know you guys are a bunch of fanboys, but it's fine, because Sony's going to step away from console gaming too. I'm telling you, man, it's already over. So the fact that you guys want to hold on to this, oh, we at least still got time exclusivity, by all means, do what you do best, because at the end of the day, all these games dropping on PC anyway. So what are you people fighting for?
But let's talk. Hi, hope you're having a great day. And if you in his podcast, now it's called the Xbox Predictions, but at a certain point he basically was like, okay, you know what?
I thought you said this was confirmation. You didn't sit there and tell people that this was a prediction. This is a rumor, bro. Like, this could be, like, I mean, this is what I'm trying to say, man. If you want to talk about a rumor, that's fine, but you said it's confirmation. Then you go as far to say, well, it's a prediction. Which one is it?
Isn't a prediction. I'm just leaking it. I'm telling you exactly what I've heard. Halo the Master.
Why are you inserting your own emotions into somebody let the dude speak for himself? If the dude said it's a prediction, then more likely it's a prediction. Why do you have to insert your little fanboy agenda just because it makes you feel happy that you're going to be able to play some Xbox games on your platform, and that's how you want to write this narrative, but you still don't know this yet?
Chief Collection, Flight Simulator 2024.
All right, you know what? Let's hold on to that. So 2025, we should be seeing Halo Master Chief Collection and Microsoft Flight Simulator go to the PlayStation 5. I want to see it, honestly. Because, I mean, I'm sick and tired of people running with rumors and stuff and acting as if, oh, my predictions is true, as if it's a confirmation. I'm telling you guys, Microsoft is planning to put more of their big titles on PlayStation. I'm telling you this right now. But PlayStation is also planning to do the same thing. See, this is the difference between Xbox dudes. We understand reality. You PlayStation dudes, you don't. You don't think that Sony's going to push for the same direction as Microsoft, but they are. They're already starting to do it. Sony right now is at the predicament of the Xbox One generation while putting the games on PC, while also trying to help expand themselves slowly. No different than what Microsoft did with the Xbox One. That's where the PS5 is right there already. Microsoft is further past that point because Microsoft is the one that pushes the general landscape of gaming. For all the people that say that they don't, then why, if they did it, why did Sony decide to copy them by putting their games on PC too?
And the Elder Scrolls for Oblivion remake are all coming to the PlayStation 5 and to the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, a lot of people are asking how in the world it's possible for Flight Sims, the game, to hell and back.
You see that? You a couple of fools, man. You know, he could have been playing Halo with his wife on the PS5, but he couldn't wait. You know, Sony, those videos got to Sony, and, you know, Phil Spencer suckered him. You know, saying, oh, we're going to put that Halo. It's funny. I heard Phil Spencer actually had a conversation with a couple of fools. It'd be funny if because he probably knows he's a PlayStation guy, said, you know what? I'm going to put Halo Master Chief on the PS5 because of gamers like you, because you're a very nice gamer. And a couple of fools is like, this is what I bought the Xbox for. I could have just been playing on my PlayStation. I didn't need to buy an Xbox. I could have just bought a PS5. Well, I could have just played on my PS5, and, you know, just because I couldn't wait 2 weeks to play some games that I made a mistake. I mean, come on, man. It ain't. I know he's not doing that, but I'm just saying for these fanboys, bro. Like, dude, I'm telling you, all they doing is trading exclusives at this point, man. Everything's going to be a timed exclusive. I'm telling you.
Perfectly runs on the PlayStation 5 Pro. So the fact that now it's confirmed that games like...
It's not confirmed. You called it a prediction. Oh, let me see.
The Dark Ages.
Okay.
All of this stuff is confirmed.
Bro, all that stuff is already on PlayStation. Grounded. What do you mean confirmed? These games are already on there. What is there to confirm? We already know about these games.
for...
Just admit it. You PlayStation 5 owners have nothing. You sit there and tell Xbox gamers, y'all picked up the wrong platform. Well, it seems like you guys did, because if you're excited to play Xbox games, then how come you didn't pick up an Xbox to play them? Oh, that's right. Because of your console warrior pride, you have to just stick there for Sony, even though you know that Sony don't have your best interest. Because if they did, where's the quality games coming out from PlayStation? Y'all like, oh, PlayStation ain't putting no games on Xbox because PlayStation don't have nothing to offer. I'm sorry to say it. They don't.
PlayStation 5. And that's crazy to think about the fact that these are big budget games. But look back, a lot of these are older. Sea of Thieves is years old. Grounded is years old. A lot of this stuff is games that were clearly ported to make easy extra cash. I think that's partially what this is. I think that I've seen a lot of people kind of laser focusing on. This is Xbox leaker Jez Corden, and he basically is saying way more than that. Way more than just three games. Everything is coming.
Yeah. And more games from PlayStation is also dropping on PC as well as Xbox. It's coming, guys. I'm telling you. By the time the PlayStation 6 drops, you're going to be seeing PlayStation exclusives on an Xbox platform. It's gotten to that point, bro. Y'all really think, oh, that's not true. Sony would never do that. What red line are you talking about there? Because you PlayStation ponies never thought Sony would put their games on PC, and they did. They even went as far to put Marvel Spider-Man 2, and you guys still have faith in PlayStation. Really look at yourself and say, you know what? I can see Microsoft and Sony going the same direction. The only difference is that Sony's is a little bit slower in their approach because they got to get themselves ready. Microsoft has already gotten themselves ready during the Xbox One generation, and now they're full throttle with it. Sony will soon follow with that during the PlayStation 6, and I can guarantee it.
To PlayStation 5 and to Nintendo Switch, which means... what about things like Gears of War? What about Fable? Like, he has talked about...
I thought Xbox had no games.
Past. Jez Corden has already leaked that, even though he hasn't heard it specifically, he says that, I think it is a very safe bet to assume that Fable is coming to PlayStation because...
why do you guys care so much about Xbox games going to PlayStation? You see this Xbox community? For all the people, for all the years that you guys have said that Xbox gamers have no games... you guys are single-handedly, even if these rumors happen to be true or false, you guys are single-handedly exposing yourself and all the hypocrisy and lies that you've been doing for the past 20 years. Like, this is ridiculous, bro. Like, imagine picking up a platform and you're picking up the platform to play another competitor's games. I think Nintendo gamers would be quite excited for Master Chief Collection, but they're still picking up the Switch for their Pokemons and their Marios. It is what it is. Halo Master Chief is just a bonus, but for these PlayStation dudes, it's the main course meal. While all their PlayStation exclusives are dying, I'm telling you, the PS5 is going to be nothing but another Xbox in disguise.
Dev costs are so high. I mean, literally, hundreds of millions of dollars being spent on these games to sell 1,000 copies to Xbox fans and boost Game Pass numbers by 2%.
Well, that's actually more successful than what Sony's doing with Concord.
This feels like a very big deal. If they release it physically as well, oh man, I'm not.
Look at these ponies, bro. Look at it. When these games was on Xbox, you hated them. You know what's funny? I'm starting to see the same things people used to do to Sega. Because I remember Nintendo gamers did the same thing with the Dreamcast when they were playing all the Skies of Arcadia. And they were like, oh man, Sonic Adventure. They hated it when it was on the Dreamcast. But when it got ported to the GameCube, they started loving it. You PlayStation fanboys are doing the same thing. Just listen to the sound of this man's voice. Oh man, he's moaning.
Pass numbers by 2%. This feels like a very big deal.
Oh
if
man.
they release it physically as well,
oh man. Dude acting like he getting some of the best you-know-what in his life. Oh, man.
I'm not mentally ready for the online discourse of Xbox being dead and going the route of Sega, but here we go again. I just find it interesting. Literally every reply is like, oh my god, I'm pretty sure that leaker said the same thing back in 2023. I'll believe it when I see it. Nate the Hate, from my understanding, is a solid source. Yeah, this is why I believe stuff I'm not supposed to know. But I'm not going to leak it because, honestly, a lot of times, if you're wrong, you get slammed forever.
Yeah, and let's not act like you said that Microsoft wanted to make a new console, and they did. which would also mean that you was wrong, right? Didn't you say Xbox was going to be dead within 6 months, and yet we're still talking about Xbox in 2025? You ponies don't have anything, man. And like I said, I'm happy to see. I even told people, remember when I said you will start seeing other games from Xbox go to PlayStation, and you will see it vice versa. That's why when you heard about this leak, you also heard about the leak from Final Fantasy 16 also dropping on Xbox. I mean, at this point, all they're doing is time exclusivity. PC gamers are laughing at you now. I told you guys, the concept of a console is just to play games. It was never as deep as you people wanted it to be.
Right, a lot of times people forget about it. That's part of the reason I want to really give Nate the credit here, is because not only is this an interesting leak, but his leaks are right. So many of these dudes do feel like they're kind of just throwing out guesses. In this case, if he's heard it, I fully believe it. Halo on PlayStation will be a huge day to remember.
And I thought most of you guys already had PC, so why would you guys care about Halo going to PlayStation when you guys say, well, I don't need an Xbox, I'll just... So it's okay, so hold on, let me get this straight. So it's not okay to play these games on Xbox, and you guys use PC to disvalue that, but why would this even matter to you? You're still getting an inferior version of the game. Don't you got a PC in replacement of an Xbox? That's why I try to tell you guys, these ponies ain't nothing but liars. They use the PC as a crutch. They tell Xbox gamers, you can't enjoy your games, but we can enjoy them when they're on PlayStation? That don't even make sense. Like, at the end of the day, I'm enjoying these games now, and that's what matters. I don't care what any of you people say, because Sony and Microsoft are both going to do the same thing. I'm telling you. These are what my sources are telling you. Uncharted is also dropping on the Nintendo Switch too, from what I've been hearing. Let's see how strong that still stays, because when it does happen, you will see that, damn, I thought Sony was exclusive. Exclusives don't matter anymore, man. I'm telling y'all.
Real, but it's very likely to be true. Bro, if this happens, what is the point of an Xbox console? What is Microsoft doing? Shaking my head if it's actually true. They have a different strategy, just like putting Office on Mac. This is actually a very everywhere a chance to buy for $70 a brand new Xbox game. It seems like this is their attempt to put Mac everywhere. This is their chance to put Halo everywhere. This is
the philosophy is that they're going to help expand on that, and that whole third-party manufacturer is only going to help Microsoft push their vision. What's crazy, what a lot of people don't understand, the reason why PlayStation even has their console is because the fact that Microsoft has theirs. Now, if Microsoft does, let's just say hypothetically, does leave the console business, then that means that these third-party manufacturers that will probably make these set-top boxes between $400 to $1,000 will also probably give you a better gaming experiences while also being supported by Microsoft as well as Steam, which would mean that you will have access to all these games even when Microsoft has their hands on it in a lot of these devices. To be honest with you, Microsoft with the Xbox, if they left, I guess in some ways gaming will be better, but don't think it's going to be better for PlayStation because PlayStation is going to have to compete with the PC now. And I'm telling you, when that third-party manufacturers come out and they make their own set-top boxes and Microsoft says Game Pass Ultimate and every single one of those third-party devices while also giving their audience free online multiplayer, PlayStation is done. So the fact that Microsoft has their console is the reason why PlayStation 5 succeed. So you guys better hope that Xbox is successful. Because if Xbox is not successful, then that means PlayStation 5 is going, or should I say PlayStation consoles, is going right after. Y'all like, what? That's crazy. It's true. Because once these companies make their own third-party machines between $299 to $1,000, and let's not forget, right, especially with the new stuff that came out, PCs update all the time. On top of you'll have a better gaming experience, you will also have a emulation, you'll also have access to Xbox games as well as PlayStation games through the Steam OS. It's over. It's over. If Microsoft leaves consoles, gaming will, I should say, the concept of a console will be done. How is PlayStation going to be able to compete with a PC set-top box priced at $800, which will probably be better than any Pro that they have? We've already seen that already. That's check one. Free online multiplayer, that's check two. Game Pass Ultimate provided through all those devices where most of those games are, and free online. Because Sony makes a lot of money off that paid online membership. Do you think those Call of Duty players will still play on that PlayStation box when they got a third-party machine that's also supported by Xbox, that's $499, actually has the specs that they want, and can run the higher frame rates, way higher than PlayStation? Because let's be honest, PS5 is only successful because of that Call of Duty PlayStation Plus money. You take that away from PlayStation, PlayStation is done. Y'all know it. Nobody supports your games. Nobody cares about your exclusives. Sony's getting most of our, should I say, majority of its money through subscription service for people paying for online, for NBA 2K, Madden, GTA, etc., etc. That's where Sony's getting their money. And with Microsoft leaving the console market to focus on these third-party boxes is only going to further prove it, because those third-party boxes are going to have free online on top of Xbox-supported games as well as Steam OS PlayStation games. It's over. The console war is done. So you guys better hope that Microsoft exists, because if they don't, PlayStation is going right under with them. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, man, at the end of the day, the concept of a console is over. Console exclusivity will be obsolete. We will be talking about time exclusivity for the time being, and then eventually you will be able to play all your games on one device. And that vision is coming sooner than you think people believe. Take care, guys. Have a good one.